Over the last 12 hours, I have had three conversations that made me go on a little bit of a rant. I have 5 points here that I want to make. After watching the Jussie Smollett documentary on Netflix, I was extremely disgusted by what I saw. The control that the media has on our society is ridiculous. The thing that hit me first was how Chicago's top cop, he was like vehemently accusatory of Jussie Smollett because, I mean, his subway bag, it was in perfect order. I paused it right in the beginning and I said, David, babe, like this guy, wow, I feel so sorry for him because he's acting through his filters instead of giving this guy an opportunity to speak, to even think that this may be something that happened. And then the message to the journalist, the one who the police said, this is flat out bullshit. They didn't want to go on a record of saying BS. They certainly said, we have reason to be skeptical that this actually happened. The ability that this story had to shape the media, that's the scary part. Those who we trust to serve and protect have the ability to shape our impression. Jussie was a liar, period. He lied about what happened and it was super sad, and he was an actor, so he was able to get away with it, but he lied. That's all that I knew until I saw the Netflix special. The Chicago police didn't spend their time searching for the culprit. They spent their time trying to debunk the story of something so heinous happening in their city. Which leads me to my point, the media as narrative architects. We've got Disney, Comcast, NBCUniversal, Paramount, who is Viacom and CBS, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Fox, and Sony. And you've got these cronies, brothers, running the whole media. I was talking to someone on my team, and he was saying that he looked up to America. He's from the Philippines, and when he was young, American media, pop culture, music, movies, TV shows are what shaped his opinions of what good was. He told me that as a young kid, by white Americans being top tier, them being the people that you are supposed to look up to and strive to be. And that's not by accident. So you've got this police force framing the media, the news media, the infotainment for their own ulterior motive from an authoritarian standpoint. So we're listening because credibility and evidence mean less when you have a different story coming from an authority figure. And that story, those press releases, that news cycle is what you hear played over and over through the TVs and also through social media. So then we've got this thread, this ripple effect. You've got these filters, you've got this power dynamic as number one. Then you have media as a narrative, what's allowed, like the movies and the music that's allowed to consume. They give you an option between A and B, but both A and B, like I raised my kids, are options that fits the narrative that they want to publish. Two sides of the same coin. Hey son, hey daughter, do you want to clean your room before or after dinner? A and B. Either way, the room is going to get clean. The media tends to sensationalize, get attention for things that are sensationalized. We like this negativity. It's the way that our DNA is built, right? If something is a threat, feels threatening, we pay more attention to that. Evoke certain chemical reactions in your mind and in your body. That global influence that my friend and team member talked about, we elected someone to the highest office of this land who doesn't represent what I stand for. But I say we collectively, although I didn't check his name in my ballot box. Okay, let's be very clear. I say we collectively because I am part of the American people. That's just the way that it is. I take the goods with the bads. I am part of the American people. And because we elected him, he's our employee. Period. And Aries is the one that made me realize, he's like, I mean, basically, he's your employee, right? Yeah, he is. You're right. And he's not doing a great job with the interests that matter to me most. Yet collectively, because it's a representative democracy, how do I convince or change the narrative when you've got the police need to not be guilty or wrong or have a bad city? And then you've got powers that be, the handful of media conglomerates that greenlight certain movies that are also running the same script. And then you've got this sensationalism, the ripple effect of what this creates, and the power that we hold as a nation. We have a strong hold on the industries of music and TV entertainment, TV shows, movies. We have a huge influence on the rest of the world through media. So you got corrupt cops, you've got people at the top of media that are crafting a narrative that doesn't serve us. You've got them understanding the vehicle of sensationalism. You've got the rest of the world looking up to us, thinking America is right. Then you've got what we need to do: raise the collective vibration. And it ain't gonna happen in the media. I say, like my cousin says on TikTok, who has a ton of followers, by telling people to just be kind, because we need to be reminded to just be kind. What are we going to do to raise the collective vibration of human consciousness? When are we going to stop fighting shadows? We can take these here nice little phones and do our part. What have we done? What are you doing today to raise the collective consciousness of humanity? After having these 3 conversations about the powers that be and the power that they have to change the narrative of news stories, to impede us finding out the truth, that's a lot of damn power. That is a lot of power, but we are more powerful as a collective. So what are we doing to change the narrative through raising the vibration? Who have you been kind to today? Fighting the shadows, we've been doing that a long time and it is not working. Who are we complimenting? Who are we hugging? Letting them know that life, all is well. If you believe that it's on us and on you and on me and on the person sitting next to you, what are you willing to do? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of being controlled by the media and violence and hatred and divisiveness. Yeah.